Countries in Asia. In this video we are going to learn about the countries in Asia and its flags. There are 7 continents in the world. The Asia, Africa, North and South America, Antarctica, Europe and Australia. But in this video we're going to focus in Asia. Asia is the biggest continent in the globe, making up around 30% of the planet's surface. With around 60% of the world's population, it is also the continent with the highest population. It is made up of 50 countries and is home to the majority of the world's deserts. Asians were also the creators of paper, gunpowder, compass and printing press. The so-called Asian tigers, South Korea, Taiwan, Singapore and Hong Kong, are the major economic and financial powerhouse of the continent. The urban population in Asia is 40%, while the rural population is 60%. The Asian continent's major faiths are Islam, 21.9%, and Hinduism, 21.5%. Now, let's find out the countries in Asia and their flags. Afghanistan is a landlocked, mountainous country in South-Central Asia that serves as a vital geopolitical link between the Middle East, Central Asia, and the Indian subcontinent. Iran, Pakistan, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan, and Uzbekistan are its borders. It also has a brief border with the autonomous Chinese region of Xinjiang in the Wakhan Corridor. The country has a surface size of 652,000 square kilometers, making it either slightly larger than the Iberian Peninsula or slightly smaller than the state of Texas in the United States. Kabul is Afghanistan's capital. Armenia is a landlocked country situated at the crossroads of Europe and Asia. The former Soviet Republic is located east of Turkey, north of Iran, and south of the rugged Caucasus area in Southeast Europe and Western Asia, Transcaucasia. It is also surrounded by Azerbaijan and Georgia. Armenia is just slightly smaller than Belgium or the U.S. state of Maryland with a total size of 29,743 square kilometers. The population of Armenia is only 3 million in 2015. Armenia's capital and largest city is Yerevan. Azerbaijan, a former Soviet republic, has been an independent state since the Soviet Union's demise in 1991. The country is located in southwestern Asia, bordered to the north by the Great Caucasus Mountains. Azerbaijan is bounded on the east by the Caspian Sea, on the south by Iran, on the west by Armenia, and on the north by Georgia and Russia. The Azeri Autonomous Republic of Nakhchivan is an enclave within the Republic of Armenia, bordering Turkey on the west. With an area of 86,600 square kilometers, the nation is somewhat larger than Austria or little smaller than the state of Maine in the United States. The population of Azerbaijan is 9.7 million people in 2016. The main religion is Islam, and Azerbaijan is one of the few countries with a Shiite majority. Baku is the country's capital and biggest city. East of Saudi Arabia and north of Qatar lies an island state known as Bahrain in the Persian Gulf. Bahrain is a tiny island nation, slightly bigger than Singapore, 699 square kilometers, or 3.5 times the size of Washington, D.C., with a majority of Muslims, around 70% Shia and 30% Sunni. Bahrain is a well-known island with a subtropical temperature, desert flora, plenty of sand, date palms, and camels. The royal family of Bahrain's kingdom is known as the House of Khalifa. The capital and largest city in Bahrain is Manama. Bangladesh has borders in the west, north, and east with various Indian states, as well as a tiny border in the southeast with Myanmar, Burma. It's in the fertile Ganges River delta and borders the Bay of Bengal. Bangladesh is one of the world's most densely populated countries, with an estimated 171 million inhabitants in 2021. The majority of its people, almost 90%, is Muslim. Dhaka is the capital and largest city in Bangladesh. The rivers Brahmaputra and Ganges combine here to form the world's largest river delta. Kingdom of Bhutan, also known as the Land of the Dragon, is a small, landlocked nation in Asia. Bhutan occupies an area of 38,394 square kilometers, making it somewhat smaller than Switzerland, or about half the size of the U.S. state of Indiana. Bhutan's landscape is mostly mountainous with some fertile valleys and savanna. It is located in the eastern Himalaya mountains south of China and bordering the Indian states of Sikkim, West Bengal, Assam and Arunachal Pradesh. It is also bordered by Nepal and Bangladesh. Capital and largest city is Thimphu. Brunei is a tiny oil-rich sultanate on the island of Borneo's northern coast, bordering the South China Sea and Malaysia. Brunei is separated into two non-contiguous sections by a portion of the Malaysian state of Sarawak. The nation shares maritime boundaries with China and Malaysia. Brunei has claimed a continental shelf or that exclusive economic zone of 200 nautical miles from its coast, which stretches Brunei territorial waters deep into the heart of the South China Sea. Its national capital is Bandar Seri Begawan. Brunei became the first East Asian country to implement severe Islamic Sharia law in 2014. Cambodia is known locally as Kampuchea. The nation is located in Southeast Asia's Indochina Peninsula, surrounded by Vietnam to the east and south, Laos to the northeast, Thailand to the west and northwest, and the Gulf of Thailand to the west. Cambodia, with an area of 181,000 square kilometers, is almost half the size of Germany and somewhat smaller than the state of Oklahoma in the United States. Cambodia's population is around 14.6 million people in 2013. Phnom Penh is the capital city. China is the world's most populous country, but it is also a controversial one. The People's Republic of China, PRC, is an East Asian sovereign state that borders the East China Sea, Korea Bay, the Yellow Sea, and the South China Sea. China is surrounded by 14 countries: Afghanistan, Bhutan, India, Kazakhstan, North Korea, Kyrgyzstan, Laos, Mongolia, Myanmar, Nepal, Pakistan, Russia, Tajikistan, and Vietnam. It also borders Brunei, Indonesia, Japan, South Korea, Malaysia, the Philippines, and Taiwan on the sea. China has a land area of 9,598,094 square kilometers, making it the second biggest Asian country and the fourth largest in the globe. It is slightly smaller than the United States. Beijing is China's capital, while Shanghai is its biggest city. Geographically speaking, Cyprus is already a part of Asia's Middle East. It is situated 80 kilometers, 50 miles, south of Turkey's coast, west of Syria and Lebanon, northwest of Israel, north of Egypt, and east of Greece. Its land area is 9,251 square kilometers, making it the third largest island in the Mediterranean Sea. The Republic of Cyprus, Northern Cyprus, a nation recognized solely by Turkey, and the British sovereign base areas of Akrotiri and Dhekelia all share the island. Cyprus is known as a popular stopover for cruise ships. According to legend, this is where the Greek goddess of beauty and love was born. Nicosia is the Republic of Cyprus's capital and largest city. Georgia is a country in southern Caucasus that borders the Black Sea in the west. The country is situated where Western Asia and Eastern Europe converge. It has shared borders with Russia, Turkey, Armenia, and Azerbaijan. Georgia is roughly the size of Ireland, somewhat smaller than South Carolina, slightly larger than West Virginia, and has a total area of 69,700 square kilometers. There are 3.7 million people living in Georgia. The largest and capital city is Tbilisi. India is bordered to the north by the Himalayas, to the west by the Arabian Sea, to the east by the Bay of Bengal, and to the south by the Laccadive Sea. Bangladesh, Bhutan, Myanmar, China, Nepal, and Pakistan are all neighbors of India, and it also has maritime borders with Indonesia, the Maldives, Sri Lanka, and Thailand. With an estimated 1.37 billion inhabitants, India is the second most populated nation in the world. In 2020, the country is subdivided into 29 states and 7 union territories. India is the seventh largest nation in the world with an area of 3,287,263 square kilometers, making it roughly one-third the size of the United States. India's largest city and capital is New Delhi. Indonesia is world's biggest archipelago. The country is situated in maritime Southeast Asia, between the South China Sea and a few smaller marginal seas to the north, the Timor Sea and the Arafura Sea to the south, the Bay of Bengal to the northwest, and the Indian Ocean to the south and west. Indonesia continues to share land borders with Timor-Leste on the island of Timor, Malaysia, on the island of Borneo, and Papua New Guinea. Australia, India, Palau, the Philippines, Singapore, Thailand, and Vietnam are all sea neighbors of the nation. The country is made up of 30 smaller groups along with 5 larger islands. There are 17,508 islands in all, and 6,000 of them are populated. The major islands are Sumatra, Java, Borneo, known as Kalimantan in Indonesia, Sulawesi, and New Guinea, which are home to more than half of the nation's people. The majority of the bigger islands have mountains with peaks between 3,000 and 3,800 meters in height. Jakarta is the capital of Indonesia. Iran is an Islamic nation located between the Persian Gulf and the Gulf of Oman in the south and the Caspian Sea in the north. According to conventional wisdom, it is the Middle East's most eastern nation. Persia was the previous name for the region. Iran is bordered by Afghanistan, Turkmenistan, Iraq, Pakistan, Armenia, and Azerbaijan. Bahrain, Kuwait, Oman, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, the United Arab Emirates, Kazakhstan, and Russia, in the Caspian Sea, are among the nations with which it shares maritime boundaries. Iran is slightly smaller than Alaska or about 3 times the size of France, with a total area of 1,648,195 square kilometers. Iran's tallest peak, Mount Damavand, is situated in the Elburz mountain range and rises to a height of 5,610 meters, 18,410 feet. Iran is home to 83 million people in 2020. Tehran is the capital and the political and economic core of the nation. It is also the largest city in the nation. Iraq is a country in Western Asia and is formally known as the Republic of Iraq. It has a 438,317 square kilometer area. Its capital and largest city is Baghdad. The 6 nations that border it are Syria, Jordan, Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, Jordan, and Turkey. Iraq is an oil-rich nation, but it has long been ripped apart by conflict, and many areas are unlivable. 40% of the area is covered in rocky deserts. Another 30% of the country is mountainous, with Arctic winters. In the past, Iraqis attended some of the top universities and institutions in the Arab world. After the Gulf War in 1991 and the ensuing UN sanctions, that changed. Currently, just approximately 40% of Iraqis are literate. Israel is the world's sole Jewish nation. Jews, Christians, and Muslims all consider the area to be part of the biblical Holy Land, which is where the Jewish state is situated. The Middle East's triangular-shaped nation has a Mediterranean Sea coast and a southern point that links to the Gulf of Aqaba, Red Sea. Israel shares maritime boundaries with Cyprus and borders the Palestinian territories, West Bank and Gaza Strip, Jordan, Lebanon, Syria, and Egypt. Israel has a variety of geographical characteristics, including a populous coastal plain in the west, the sparsely populated Negev Desert in the south, the Galilee mountain ranges in the north, Mount Carmel on the coast, and the basaltic plateau of the Golan. The population of Israel is 9.15 million in 2020. Jerusalem is the nation's capital and the biggest, most populated city. But Israel's sovereignty over Jerusalem is internationally disputed.